So again po sir, kami po ay nagpapasalamat dahil pinuntakan niyo po ang aming interview po. So itong interview po namin sir is about sa isang major subject po namin and final project po namin ito sir. So ito pong interview namin is all about the domain. And sa bawat domains po sir, meron pong kailangan answeran o mga questions na kailangan niyo pong answeran, specifically po in the subdomain. So yung unang domain po sir is all about leading strategically. So yung unang pong subdomain, vision, mission, and core values. So ito po sir yung question po. Does the school have mission, vision, and core values?
Okay, so definitely we have, or yes, kasi as under the Department of Education, we are using only one DepEd mission and vision, which is anchored on the DepEd Order number 36, series of 2013, promoting the one DepEd.
Thank you, sir. So the next subdomain po is all about school planning and implementation. So ito po yung question po, sir. What's your typical process for developing and implementing school-wide plans? So ano daw po sir yung typical process po sa pag-develop and pag-implement po ng mga school plans po?
Okay, so under the Department of Education, we have what we call the School Improvement Plan. So that is a plan actually good for 3 years. Pero kung ngayon ginawa na siyang 5 years. So at the start, we need to craft the SIP, which is to be used for the succeeding years. Under this, the SIP, or what we call the School Improvement Plan, this is a document that outlines the goals, the objectives, the actions necessary in improving the quality of education in school. So all plans, all projects, all activities and improvements must be anchored on the SIP. Then yearly, we are making our own annual improvement plan, which is aligned on the SIP.
Thank you, sir. So the next domain po is about policy implementation and review. So ito po sir yung question. How do you ensure that school policies are consistently followed and updated as needed?
Okay, so in terms of the implementation and review, so it involves a structured and proactive approach. So what does it mean? So first, we need to have a clear communication of the policies to staff. So napaka-importante po niyan. Dapat alam po or pinakaabot or it should be properly explained to the staff what is this policies to be imposed. Not only for learners, not only for staff, but also for parents. Then it should be properly documented. Second, consistent implementation. So definitely, since that is a policy, it should be properly implemented. So it should be modeled by the school leaders and make sure, or we are making it sure that it was consistently monitored. So di ba ganyan yan, pag meron tayong policy, dapat minumonitor natin yan kung talagang yan ay properly implemented. Then third, if that is already implemented, we should have feedback giving. Okay, napaka-importante po ng feedback giving. So, ano ba yung nangyari dyan sa policy na yan? Tama ba? Is there something went right or wrong? Then, it should have a regular and policy review. Bakit po kailangan ng policy review? So that we can incorporate the legal and the regulatory updates. So by time on time, may mga nababago yan. So kailangan po dapat i-review natin yan. And another is, the last, it should have a continuous improvement. Okay? So dapat palaging kasama dyan ang continuous improvement.
Thank you po, sir. So, ang next subdomain po is all about research and innovation.
Okay?
Research and innovation.
Research and innovation.
So ito po yung question po, sir. How do you stay informed about current educational research and best practices?
Okay, so in terms of best practices, in terms of the research and innovation, so as my experience and for myself, I think it should be through attending different conferences, training, workshop, and participating to any professional learning communities.
Next subdomain po is all about program design and implementation. So yung question po is, describe a successful program you've implemented and its key components.
Okay, ayan, tanong yan. So in terms of the programs and program design and implementation, so to achieve the goal, the implementation, and if that is of a certain program, definitely first we need to make a proper planning. It should be properly planned. And we need to have a timeline. So as we make our plan, dapat po may timeline tayo. Kailan mag-uumpisa at kailan matatapos. In terms of the key concepts, we need to consider first our clientele who will be receiving with that certain program. Who are the recipients of the activity of the program and who will deliver the services to the client. Sabi niya sa napaka-important. Sino yung recipient and then sino yung magdi-deliver ng program. Then another is, one very important also is we need to consider the budget. Siyempre kung walang budget, mahirap yan. Pero sa DepEd, actually, hindi naman yan nagiging problema. Because we have our own MOOE. As long as the project is anchored to the SIP, then walang problema pagdating sa budget. Then, proper stopping, and most importantly is the proper monitoring and evaluation. Isa po yan sa napaka-importante na sa isang program. Dapat meron po tayong proper monitoring and evaluation. Bakit kailangan natin magkaroon ng proper monitoring and evaluation? So to identify the strengths, the weaknesses of a certain program so that we can address the different weaknesses and turn it to strength.
So next subdomain po is all about learner voice. So how do you actively involve students in school decision-making processes?
Okay, so in terms of the student voice, okay, so sa school, at the start pa lang, in crafting the SIP, involved na po dyan ng student. Hindi po pwedeng mabuo ang isang school improvement plan, ang isang project management team nang hindi kasama ang estudyante. Okay? Then, another is, pagdating po sa hazard mapping, ang nagdi-lead po dyan is the learner, or the student. Then, in terms of the child-friendly school, ang nag-i-evaluate po niyan, kasama sa nag-i-evaluate niyan ay ang mga learners. So with this, we make sure that the learners are involved in terms of, or we can hear the voice of the learners.
Thank you po, sir. So ang pinaka-last pong subdomain para sa domain 1 is about monitoring and evaluation processes and tools. So yung question po, sir, is what methods do you use to track student progress and school effectiveness?
Okay, so in terms of tracking the or monitoring the evaluation, tama? The evaluation processes, then tracking of the students' progress, and at the same time the school effectiveness. So medyo marami-rami yan. Let's start from the learners. How are we going to evaluate? What are the different processes and what are the different tools? So pagdating po sa estudyante, at the start, we use formative assessment. Isa po yan sa napaka-importante. Ito, ensure or to track the progress of the learners. Not only the formative assessment, we consider also the summative assessment, the quarterly assessment, and sa DepEd, napakarami pong klase ng assessment. We have the Carla, the CRLA, the ELNA, the ALNA, the RMA. So napakarami po niyan. So lahat po yan ay tinatrack niya ng progress ng students. And another is using the portfolio. So sa portfolio na andun po nakalagay, madali natin makikita kung ano bang achievement ng bata, saan na ba yung bata. Then the anecdotal record, isa rin po yan. Napaka-importante na dapat ang school ay mayroong anecdotal record ng bawat estudyante. Okay? In terms naman sa school effectiveness, so we use, or the tool we use is, we make sure that we observe the different KPI. So when we say the KPI, that is the key performance indicators. So in the DepEd, we have 19 key performance indicators, such as the dropout rate, retention rate, napakaraming rate, enrollment intake, cohort survival, graduation rate. So 19 po lahat yan. So yan ang ino-observe namin. And how do we track that? How do we do the reporting? So usually we do that twice a year through issuing a school report card. Okay? So yun po.
So let's proceed, sir, to domain number 2,
Okay.
which is managing school operation and resources. Under the subdomain records and management, the question is, does the school have a systematic and secure method for maintaining and organizing student and staff records?
Okay, so definitely we have. Let's talk about for the learners. So for the learners, we have the LIS, or the Learners Information System. This is an electronic record management controlled by the central office. Then we designate the LIS coordinator. So the LIS coordinator will be in charge of monitoring what is going on the system. Particularly here in school, we have designated one LIS coordinator for elementary and junior high school. So isa lang ang nagmi-maintain yan, no other than me. I am the designated LIS coordinator. At the same time, I am the designated BIS coordinator and the record in charge. So ako po ang may hawak lahat ng records dito pagdating sa learners. And saan po yan nakastore? So we have, we make sure that the records are properly stored. Nandito po yan sa office. Kaya kung makikita nyo, ang dami naming steel cabinet. Yung pong tatlo na yan, yung dalawa dyan ay akin, na andyan po naka-store lahat ng records ng elementary at ng junior high school. And yung isa po dyan is record ng senior high school. Kaya lang, we also designated one LIS coordinator and record in charge for senior high school because we have our own registrar. And in terms of the record management for the staff, it is the administrative officer too who is in charge of or responsible of doing it.
The next domain, sir, is about the financial management.
Okay.
The question is there a transparent and accountable financial management system in place for budgeting, expenditures, and reporting in the school?
Okay, so definitely yes, we have. In what way does our school head do the reporting? So we conducted the quarterly meeting. We call that as General Assembly. So meron po kaming bi-quarter na General Assembly, and during the General Assembly, that is the time also that the school head is doing his state of the school address, wherein one of which is she reported the expenditures, the expenses, and the other financial matters on the General Assembly. And at the same time, we are also posting it at the Transparency Board.
So the next subdomain po is about the school facilities and equipment.
Okay.
The question is, are the school's facilities and equipments adequate, well-maintained, and utilized effectively to support learning and operations?
Okay, so in terms of the equipment and facilities, I can say that we have the scarcity in terms of the facilities and equipment. So alam yan ni Ed, kulang ang equipment sa school, kulang ang facilities. Other equipment, such as the laboratory equipment, laboratory apparatuses. We have a lot of laboratory apparatuses, but it was not properly utilized. Why? Because we don't have our own laboratory science. Saan namin itatampak yun? Saan namin ilalagay yun? Paano magagamit yun kung walang laboratory room? Then, in terms of the other facilities, other equipment, yes, it was nagagamit naman ng ayos. Kaya nga lang, yun nga kulang. kulang siya. Pero in terms of maintenance, I can say that it was properly maintained. Lalong-lalo na ang mga building because that is under our project rehab. Okay, meron po kami tinatawag na project rehab. So naandyan po nakapaloob lahat ng maintenance, lahat po ng repair na kailangan i-undergo. Okay.
The next subdomain po is about management of staff. The question is there a clear and efficient system for staff recruitment, deployment, evaluation, and professional development in the school?
Okay, so in terms of this recruitment, so we have, kaya nga lang pagdating po sa recruitment, deployment, and evaluation, it is the division office who is in charge of doing it. So wala kaming karapatan yan, wala kaming karapatan na mag-recruit, wala kaming karapatan na mag-deploy. Division office lang po ang gumagawa. Pero in terms of professional development, yes, we have. We conducted SLAC. So when we say SLAC, School Learning Action Cell, we conducted in-service training. We send teachers to trainings and seminars. Then we also encourage that teachers must attend their postgraduate studies.
The next domain po, sir, is about school safety for disaster preparedness, mitigation, and resiliency. The question po is, does the school have established plans and practices for disaster preparedness, risk reduction, and recovery to ensure student and staff safety?
Okay, so in terms of the DRR, yes, we have. Saan po yan makikita? We have crafted our own DRR or the school DRR contingency plan. That is a 3 years plan for earthquake, fire, and typhoon. Okay? So yun po.
So let's proceed, sir, to the next and last subdomain under the domain 2, which is emerging opportunities and challenges. The question po, sir, is does the school actively identify and respond to emerging opportunities and challenges in education, technology, and community needs?
Okay, so in terms of the challenges and opportunities, what are those emerging challenges and opportunities? Let's start from education. So in terms of education, yes, we have. Actually, we offer an open high school. So meron po kami dito, kaya kung may kilala kayo, open po sa amin ang open high school. Ano po yan? So the open high school is we accept learners who are working, but they really need or they want to finish their high school. So open high school is welcome for them through modular approach, distance learning. Then in terms of technology, yes, recently we've just upgraded our internet connection from PLDT. Ngayon naka-Starlink po kami para po masuplayan namin school-wide ng internet connection. So ngayon lahat yan naka-internet connection na. So even learners can access and lahat po ng gadget, lahat ng computer is connected to the internet para po pagdating sa pagtuturo ng mga teachers, it will be a big help for them. Not only for the teachers but for the students in terms of their activities. Then in terms of community needs, yes. Kasi talagang ina-adapt sa DepEd ang inclusion. Tama? Inclusive. Lahat dapat. Okay? So, such as yung mga IP learners. Lalo-lalo na po dito sa amin, napakarami po ng IP learners. Okay?
So, let's proceed po sa domain 3, which is focusing on teaching and learning. Subdomain 1, first, school-based review, contextualization, and implementation of learning standards. Question, does the school work with teams in the conduct of review, contextualization, and implementation of learning standards to assist teachers in making the curriculum relevant for learners?
Definitely yes. How? We have created different committees, different in charge to do it so. There are collaboration of efforts so that to ensure the relevance and promote the consistency and support the teachers and enhance student learning.
Thank you, sir. Next po is about teaching standards and pedagogy. So the question is, does the school provide technical assistance to teachers on teaching standards and pedagogies within and across learning areas to improve their teaching practice?
Okay, yes. It was the role of the master teacher rather, because we only have one master teacher. It is my role as the head teacher to provide the technical assistance to the teachers, particularly in improving the teaching standards and pedagogies. So from time to time, we are conducting a classroom observation, and right after the observation, feedback given was followed, and technical assistance also was given if it is necessary.
Okay, thank you po. Next is about teacher performance feedback. Are you active in collaborating with other school personnel in effectively using validated feedback obtained from learners, parents, and other stakeholders to help teachers improve their performance?
Okay, I can say yes. Kasi pwede kong sabihin na minsan chismoso ako. Kung hilig kan magparapan room to room, ang hilig ko pong makipagkwentuhan sa mga teachers, just asking or just getting feedback from the learners, from the teachers, and from my other colleagues.
Okay po, next is about learner achievement and other performance indicators. So the question po, does the school utilize learning outcomes in developing data-based interventions to maintain learner achievement and attain other performance indicators?
Okay, yes. So in terms of utilizing the learning outcomes, so usually we base that from the results of the different assessment. So from that different result from the different assessment, then we can now identify what are the areas for improvement so that we can make our own intervention.
Okay. Next po is about learning assessment. So does the school provide technical assistance to teachers in using learning assessment tools, strategies, and results consistent with curriculum requirements to ensure accountability in achieving higher learning outcomes?
Okay, yes. We usually provide technical assistance in terms of how the assessment are going to be utilized. So at the start, bago pa lang po niyan mag-opening ang classes, we conducted already meeting, we conducted already Slack or the lock session for this. Okay, so ang in-charge po niyan, the school head, the master teacher, and the head teacher.
Okay. Next, subdomain is about learning environment. So does the school engage in a wider school community in maintaining a learner-friendly, inclusive, and healthy learning environment?
Yes, definitely. Pagpala question. Sige.
Next, subdomain po. Career awareness and opportunities. So, does the school ensure the integration of career awareness and opportunities in the provision of learning experiences aligned with the curriculum?
Oh yes. So, in the classroom discussion, usually we do already the integration of, what do we call this? Career awareness. Kasi dapat ang mga bata alam nila kung ano yung tatahapin nila. Kaya start pa lang, dyan pa lang sa klase, dapat pinapaunawa na natin sa mga bata kung ano ang kanilang dapat lakuin.
So, the last in subdomain, learner discipline. So, does the school implement learner discipline policies that are developed collaboratively with stakeholders including parents, school, personnel, and the community?
Yes, we have. Kaya lang ngayon sa panahon ngayon, medyo napakahirap pagdating sa disiplina ng mga bata. Ang unang-unang kalaban ng mga bata, ang unang-unang kalaban ng mga teachers is the attitude. Tama. Gawin man natin, gustuhin man natin, kung anong discipline ang gusto natin i-impose, kaya lang, naandyan palagi ang child protection. Diba? Daw itong gatikot sana, matigiran mo sana, irereklamo na. Kaya sa panahon ngayon, napakahirap sa part ng teachers mag-impose ng discipline. Pero andyan pa rin, as teacher, as the school, we really need to impose discipline to learners. Pero yun nga lang, ang ina-avoid lang natin is the contact. Dapat walang contact. Then, verbal. Yan, napakahirap. Okay?
Let's proceed po sir to the domain 4, the developing self and others. The first domain po is personal and professional development. The question po, what are your goals for your professional growth over the year and how do you plan to achieve them?
Okay, isa to sa malaking challenge sa akin. Kasi ang tanong is, for my personal growth. Actually, kung makikita nyo nga dyan sa chart, lahat lang dyan nakalagay sa akin is car. Meron na akong dalawang sasakyan. I have already completed academic requirements in Masters of Arts in Administration and Supervision, and at the same time, Master of Arts in Mathematics. Para na rin po ako dyan. At may pangtatlo pa dyan, teaching mathematics. But my goal is, at least one of them, this coming school year is matapos ko. Kasi ang kailangan ko na lang naman is thesis writing. So siguro, if not in major in mathematics, maybe the administration and supervision. So hopefully, sana matapos ko siya next school year.
Second po is professional reflection and learning. The question po, can you give an example of how you reflect on your teaching practice to improve?
Okay. This is one of the reflection I made, particularly when I was still teaching. I don't know if that is 3 years or 4 years ago, after the pandemic. So we all know after the pandemic, ito na, balik na siya. Balik na tayo sa classroom teaching. My subject is, I am handling senior high school, general mathematics and statistics and probability. Because my major is mathematics. On the discussion, ayan, kuhang-kuhan ng mga bata. I have earned responses. But when I gave a summative assessment, the result of the test was 0, 1, highest is 3. Napakasimple ng mga questions ko, and even the numbers I have given are just 1 digit to 2 digit. Pero hindi nakuha ng mga bata. So I make a reflection, anong mali? Saan nagkulang? And I've learned, upon checking their output, the basic problem is the basic fundamental operation. Diba? Basic operation na lang yan. Nag-on the spot ko ako. O sige, let us try integers. -1 plus 3. 4. Tapos ending. -1 minus 1. Hindi naman sagot ng bata. So basic operation. So from that was my springboard. Doon ako nag-umpisa. I make worksheets, I make a proposal, action plan, bumalik po ako sa umpisa, nag-basic ako. Kahit na yung topic ko is general mathematics, nag-umpisa po ako niyan sa basic operation, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Nag-provide ako ng mga worksheet, nakita ng supervisor, sabi nila, o sige, okay yan. At least, from the basic, uno man kaya ang dapat nagibuha, dawa unong ibuunta, ipadagos sa itong lesson na ito, kinso basic operation din nila nakubuko, daman sa nangin yan. So, amo po ito, dakil ka itong naturan sa mga igin, dawa bin at ang senior high school na binalik ako sa pagka-grade 2. Okay? So, kadakilo po ka itong reflection para ka nabukusan na pala na dapat, sige sa natuturo ka. By dun ta, kinuno ka, dapat na pangangai po ka sa naigin, dapat po may address. Tangan yung sira maka, okay? Medyo.
The third subdomain is professional networks. The question po, how do you use professional networks or communities to support your teaching?
Okay, so using the professional networks to support teaching, so definitely by joining the different seminars, attending trainings, attending workshops. So because from that, we've learned new techniques, we have learned new strategies, kasi sabi nga natin, hindi lang tayo dapat nakaupo dyan. Hindi lang tayo dapat nakukontain sa isang bagay. Dapat marunong din tayo, kailangan natin umatis sa mga ganyang bagay para matuto tayo sa mga latest trends and strategies na dapat.
The fourth subdomain po is performance management. The question po, how do you use feedback and performance reviews to enhance your teaching effectiveness?
Okay, so first, we need to analyze the feedback objectively. Diba? So, usually, pag ganyan ang ginagawa, pag nagkaroon ng class ng observation, yung teachers medyo nakakatakot na, tama? Dawa kita. Pag ako kita ginibong, nagkanda kitang observation, after that, unurong yung sasabihin, unurong yung sasabihin namin. Diba? Dapat, we need to analyze the feedback objectively. So, considering that feedback giving is a room for improvement. Dapat yan lagi ang iniisip natin. And I make sure that it is a constructive criticism. Okay? So as a head teacher, sinisigurado ko po na once na I give a feedback giving, it should be a constructive criticism ang gagawin. Okay? Then, I need to set a specific goals for improvement. So by this, we need to translate the feedback to actionable objective. So ito yung nangyari, ito yung kulang ko, dapat sa susunod, ito yung dapat ko ma-achieve. Okay? Then, implement the changes strategically. So, ibig sabihin ko niyan is, little by little, is we need to start from a manageable adjustment. Kung ano lang yung kaya, kung ano lang muna yung kaya natin gawin, doon tayo mag-umpisa. And another is, yan nga ang sinasabi ko, dapat palagi po tayo nag-i-engage into a continuous professional development. Okay?
The fifth subdomain po is the professional development of school personnel. The question po, why is ongoing professional development important for school staff?
Okay, so sabi ko nga, kung yan ang tanong ang sasagutin ko is, bakit kailangan pa natin magkaroon ng professional development, di ba? To staff. So definitely that is for promotes lifelong learning. Yan na, napakasimple para sa akin, it promotes lifelong learning. So it reinforces the idea that learning doesn't stop at the graduation. Okay? And encourages a growth mindset. So dapat by engaging the continual learning, the school staff model the value of education for their students. It reinforces the idea, yun na sinasabi ko kanina, that hindi lang po yan natitigil doon sa graduation. Okay? Dapat, after the graduation, panibago na naman. Kasi panibago na naman matututunan natin.
The sixth subdomain is about the leadership development in individuals and teams. The question po, how can schools support leadership development among teachers?
Okay, so how are we going to support the learning development for the teachers? So first is by providing professional development opportunities. So ano po yan? So hindi lang po dapat yung leaders, hindi lang po dapat yung school head ang mga uma-attend sa mga ganyang opportunities, but also teachers must be given opportunities for the development in terms of leadership. So kailangan din natin silang i-send sa mga leadership training. By this, we let the teachers attend workshop on the instructional leadership. So dapat sila matutuwin yan. Kasi hindi rin lang naman yan ibig sabihin ng tinutukoy natin dito ang instructional leadership is kung paano maging leader. But at the same time, kung paano siya maging isang leader sa loob ng class. Second is mentorship program. Ano yung mentorship program? So dito sa school, we practice the teacher leader. So being a teacher leader, yung isang teacher have experience how to become a mentor and at the same time as an administrator. Then, graduate course or coursework or certification that support them, or we make sure that the school support teachers in pursuing advanced degrees in leadership or educational leadership. That's all.
The next subdomain po is general welfare of human resources. The question po, what are some ways to improve the well-being of school employees?
Okay, so napaka-importante ito, lalo-lalo na after the pandemic. Diba? Ngayon, na-observe natin yan. Hindi lang po sa mga bata. At the same time, sa young, teenager, then adults, medyo ang isip ngayon ay ibang-iba. Ang temperance, very short. Konting problema lang, nadi-depress. Tama?
Yes.
Ang dami natin nababalitan nagpapakamatay. So, here in school, we make sure also that we address such problem. So, meron po kami ditong GAD. Lahat naman po yata, lahat naman yata ng organization ay may tinatawag na Gender in Development. So, under the Gender in Development, meron po kami diyang program, meron po kaming project, we call that project as Project Even. Ano po yan? Everyone is visible and equally nurtured. So ano po yung objective ng program namin na yan? This enhance the emotional and social well-being of the male and female personnel. Wala po kaya ka-importante patapos sa GAD na dapat naka-specify ang male sa ang female. Kaya lagi yan tinutukoy dyan, the male and the female. Okay? So hindi lang po sa employees or personnel, but also to learners and parents. So under po niyang project namin na yan, Project Even, ina-address po niyan ang well-being ng mga estudyante, ng personnel at ng parents.
The last sub-domain po is rewards and recognition mechanism. The question po, why is recognizing teachers' achievements important in schools?
Okay. So in terms of recognition, napaka-importante yan. Kahit sino sa atin, di ba? Once na-recognize tayo, ang sarap sa pakiramdam. Tama?
Yes.
Celebrate small wins and milestone. Yan nga ang sabi. Kahit gaano yung kaliit rather, importante yan sa isang tao. Kahit pa yan sabihin mo lang, i-congratulate mo, short message, importante na yan sa kanila. Okay? Both for professional and personal, we acknowledge the hard work that contributes to a positive, encouraging, and growth-oriented educational atmosphere. So dito po, meron po kami yung project INIGAD, Anchored in the GAD. Meron po kami tinatawag na Project GAD1 Parangal. So dito po, binibigyan po parangal ang mga bata, ang personnel, and at the same time, the stakeholders who have contributed to the success of the school.
Next is the fifth domain. So, building connection. First is management of diverse relationships. Question 2 is, as a principal, do you have strong positive relationship with students, faculty, and parents from varied backgrounds?
Okay, so I will just rephrase that since I am not the principal. So as the head teacher of this school, so yes, I have a strong positive relationship with the students. So regardless of their background, I make sure that I give or I place a high value on developing solid, wholesome connection with all the members of the school community, including the parents, the teachers, and the learners. Because I believe that, a good school culture, in my opinion, is built on the foundation of an open communication, empathy, and trust.
Next, management of school organization. So, the question is, what techniques do you employ to ensure that school organization runs smoothly and efficiently?
Okay, so how are we going, or how do we usually do that? We make sure that we establish a clear organizational structure. Dapat po clear sa amin yan, ang organizational structure. You as the school head, ano dapat ang role niya? As the head teacher, ano dapat ang role niya? So dapat individually, we make sure that we define the roles and responsibilities of each personnel. And we ensure that each member, whether they are, or whether they be a committee chairman, an advisor, a student, an officer, dapat they understand their specific job.
Okay, thank you po. Next is inclusive practice. So, the question is, are all students, including those with different needs, treated fairly and with a sense of belonging in your school?
Okay, so definitely yes. As mandated and as compliance with the DepEd Order number 21 series of 2019 entitled The Policy Guidelines of the K-12 Basic Education Program includes a positive framework on inclusive education, so dapat po nabibigyan sila ng equal opportunity. Okay?
Let's proceed na po sir sa fourth domain po, subdomain, which is communication. Question po, what best practices did you and your stakeholders use to maintain clear and effective communication between instructors, students, and the larger school community?
Okay, best practices that we usually really did is we make sure that the community is involved in terms of the planning. Then, we make sure that the community also involved, lalo-lalo na po sa mga General Assembly. Kasi hindi naman talaga yung magiging General Assembly kung wala yung community. On that, attending at the General Assembly, nagkakaroon po kasi ng interaction ang mga teachers, the leaders, and the community. Then, usually, in terms of the General Assembly, nagkakaroon po kasi dyan ng open forum. So, dito po nalalaman, dito na ipapaabot ng community, ng other stakeholders, yung kanilang hinaing at yung kanilang napapansin o gusto mang ipaabot sa school, sa teachers, and even to the administration.
Then the fifth subdomain po sir is community engagement. The question po is there a strong partnership with families and communities at your school to support student learning and development?
Yes, definitely. Napakalakas po ng support ng community. Lalong-lalo na po in terms of contest, kung may mga contest kaming sasalihan, naandyan po yung community, naandyan ang barangay and other stakeholders to support us. Isa po dyan is, isang patuloy dyan, ang ganda, way back 2 years ago, regional winner po ang school sa Brigada Pagbasa. Napakalaki pong tulong na ibinigay sa amin ng stakeholders, hindi lang po ng parents, even the communities and the barangay. Then, just last year, ang school po ang champion pagdating sa IRIGA Plus implementation. Napakalaki pong part ang parents pagdating sa IRIGA Plus. Ang Cristo rate po last year is ang grade 3, lahat po readers. Wala po kaming estudyanteng non-reader, yung grade 3. Isa po yun sa napakalaking award na nakuha namin. Okay? Kaya nga sabi ko nga, hindi po yan mangyayari or hindi po yan magiging possible kung wala pong tulong ang mga stakeholders, the parents, and other in the community.
That's all po sir. Again po, thank you so much for allowing us po na kandakan interview po sa iyo at thank you din po sa pagbigay ng short time sa amin at isa po itong malaking tulong po sa amin dahil po malaking tulong po ito sa amin for our output po. Maraming salamat.
Okay, so thank you very much then and welcome ulit dito sa school. Okay? Congratulations sa inyo and good luck.